Hello again, this is Richard from ReviveMyRetro, and on this video I'm moving on to the Super Nintendo. So this is just a Super Nintendo from the used market. Hasn't had anything done to it that I'm aware of. I've never opened it up, never seen inside. It does work, and the nice thing about the Super Nintendo is that it outputs RGB without any modifications needed. So, looks great off the bat. First things first, just testing it. Looks good. So next step would be to just open this up, see what's inside, get the capacitors replaced, upgrade the voltage regulator, and then clean it out. And I'm going to do something special to this one, which you'll see towards the end. Okay, and here we go. Okay, here we have it opened up. Let's take a look here. It's a newer revision of the Super Nintendo. And you could tell a couple of ways, actually. Looks like the shell is so old that just a piece just fell off when I was opening it up. So first thing I could tell was that it has this sticker on the front. Usually the newer revisions have this sticker put here. And the other sign was when you go to put a game in and you hit the power button, there's nothing there to lock the cartridge in place. So in older revisions, there's a little bar that popped out here that stopped you from trying to be able to remove the cartridge while the console was powered on. And I think maybe people were doing too much damage to them, forgetting to power it off and pulling them out. Nintendo eventually removed that. So that's kind of another way you can tell. And then on this one, it doesn't have the whole sound module here. So I have an older revision board over here. And on the older revision, you had the sound module right here that just actually popped out. That was completely separate. It is actually nicer to have the board without that. Just less clutter, less space, and those sound modules are just uh, prone to rust. So this one doesn't look like it's in bad shape. I'm not sure if this has ever been worked on before. I do notice here that there's some Sharpie markings, which I don't recall seeing something like that when I open these up. So I wonder if someone's been in here before. I'm not sure. So I'll take a look at the board and see if I can tell if this has ever been worked on or not. So let's go ahead and take this apart even more. So just looking at this board, I can tell that it's definitely a newer revision. I actually have not come across the RGB02 before, so this is quite interesting. It does have the newer revision of the CPU, CPU B. The older ones all had CPU A, and the CPU B is known for being a more reliable CPU in the Super Nintendo. It's prone to less failure, so that's good. And I can tell it's a newer revision board. The board on the back is just a darker color. There's just some subtle differences that you'll notice the more and more you look at more Super Nintendo boards. So overall, actually, the board is in nice shape. Trying to see if I can see if any work's been done to this before. I don't see anything major except the fuse doesn't look original. That's definitely been replaced at some point. So little fuse on the board here. It's known to blow out if there's a short or something goes wrong. Usually, you replace the fuse and fixes things. So I think that's probably what has been done to this before. Um, I can't tell that the capacitor has been replaced. They look old. They don't look like newer capacitors. Newer ones aren't usually blue. So let's get to work on replacing the capacitors on this guy and upgrading the voltage regulator. Oh, interesting. So, yeah, in this newer revision, you can't actually remove the pin connector without desoldering it. So on the older revisions, you could actually just pop this off, and it made it way easier for cleaning. But now that it's soldered on, so that's just going to be staying on there. There's no point in desoldering it. We'll just clean it as well as we can without removing it. Then, yeah, now time to get to work on removing these old capacitors, and then let's get new ones in, upgrade the voltage regulator. Okay, so all the capacitors have been replaced with brand new ones. The board's been cleaned. All the flux has been cleaned off the board. I also shined up the pin connector. I polished it. And there were some areas of the pin connector, like right here, that had corrosion going on. And basically what I did was I had to just lightly sand the corrosion off. And when you do that, it kind of reveals the copper layer underneath. So what I do is I don't paint these because there's a lot of cartridges that go in and out of the console. It's just going to scrape off any kind of paint that you want to, like if you put rust protective paint on there, it would just scrape off eventually. So the best thing to do here is leave it as is. I've shined up the rest of it, but then put a clear coat of rust protectant over the parts where copper is exposed, and it will prevent it from oxidizing and keep it lasting as long as possible. So it just puts a layer of protection on there. So prevent it from corroding any further, and the rest of it's clean. So that's how you kind of want to do it. So yeah, capacitors have been replaced. I'm going to give the board a nice little extra cleaning and then move on to replacing the LED on the front of the console, cleaning these control ports up. And I got a little surprise at the end. And I also cleaned, gave that a good clean and shining. So yeah, on to the next steps. Okay, here's what I didn't mention right away. I'm going to put the Super Nintendo in this really lovely transparent case, brand new. Once this is all said and done, it's going to look fantastic in this thing. So just giving you a 360 view of the casing there. Hi everyone, if you made it this far then you've pretty much made it to the end of my video. And here's the end result. Put the SNES in this beautiful transparent case. It's really nice to see the insides. It looks fantastic in your game room. I love the transparent case. It really brings out the new LED. So just about to plug it all in, test it. So this has been fully refurbished, recapped, cleaned, and then put into a brand new case. And the really nice thing about this case is that you can play the US games. They fit just fine. And there's no restriction on putting in Japanese games. So you can play Japanese, European, or US games with this case. Very nice. So I'm going to test this game. This is Cyberneer. One of my favorite, lesser probably known games. I love this game. I actually have not been able to finish this game. I've got to the last level. I've never been able to actually complete the game. It's really difficult. But it's a really fun game if you haven't played this one. So there it is coming up. Fresh capacitors, no jail bars. Something special about this game. It's quite difficult. It has really good visuals in it. And the other game that is very similar to this one, which was only released in Japan, is this game. And I'll show you that those also work. Let's go ahead and power this off. Throw in the Japanese game. That blue LED, it looks so nice. Really looks nice on your like game shelf or your consoles. The lights off, it just glows. Really looks good. So this is that other game. It's very similar to the last one I had up. Never released in the US. So it's great to be able to just throw these games in and play them. So, alright, this one turned out incredible. Full recap, voltage regulator upgrade, deep clean, and now it's sitting in a brand new transparent shell. So what do I do with this? Well, I've decided that when this channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give this away to someone. To enter, just comment SNES in the comments below and tell me your favorite lesser known Super Nintendo game. Mine is the Cyberneer. And if you'd like to help me reach that goal sooner and trigger the drawing faster, consider subscribing to my channel. Once I hit the 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to randomly select one winner from the comments and announce it right here on my channel. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my videos.